What's going on, YouTube? We're back in it for another one, and I'm not happy right now, people. Listen, if you're somebody who is looking for me to break down the roadmap and you want me to dissect all the juicy details and all that, this is probably not the video for you. This is probably not the channel for you. I'm not really here to talk about Warzone. We will touch on it for a brief second, but I'm not here to really talk about Warzone. I'm here to rant about the game mode that carried this franchise through a generation. But before we get in that, we all know the way YouTube is, right? So I got to be real careful right now. I got to walk on eggshells and I got to pick and choose my words very carefully in the beginning of the video. So we're going to start off kind of chill. And we're going to start off with this image right here. Check this image out. This is your tier 100 battle pass skin. This reward that you get for grinding their game after paying $10 or using your COD points for the battle pass. This is the skin that you have to look forward to. This is your reward for doing all of that. Now, for all the people who defend Activision, defend this game, and you just can't stand anybody saying anything negative about it, take your fingers out of the Cheeto bag, pick up your controller, and go to the Modern Warfare Deuce store. Tell me what you see. You see a lot of $20+ bundles there, don't you? Have a look at some of the skins in those bundles and come back and look at this. It sucks, doesn't it? It looks generic as fuck. This type of shit right here is unacceptable to me. Some of these people who lack the ability to think for themselves and they feel the need to defend billion-dollar companies who don't give a shit about them will label my channel as a Call of Duty hate channel. And that's fine, that's cool, you're entitled to your opinion. I just call the bullshit out when I see it, man. Now, ever since Season 2 was delayed, the only thing we've ever heard from Call of Duty is Warzone, the free-to-play modes, right? Warzone, Resurgence, DMZ. They do not talk about multiplayer, period. So ever since they delayed this season, we haven't heard shit about multiplayer. Nothing. The actual paid mode, you know, the money where you go and you pay full price for the game to play that game mode. We haven't heard shit about it since delaying the season. 3 years, 3,000 developers, how many different studios? And after waiting all this time to finally get some multiplayer news 1 week before Season 2 drops, when all we've been hearing is about their free-to-play modes, Warzone, Resurgence, and shit, we finally get this depressing and infuriating roadmap with a little bit of multiplayer information, and they're still talking about Warzone, man. They're still talking about DMZ. I might throw a couple of those screenshots in here, I might not. I just, honestly, man, I'm just so fed up. I'm so over this situation right now. I don't even know if I want to go on Twitter or whatever and find them to put them in this video. If I do, I'll throw them in here. If not, you know, you guys understand why I'm not throwing them in here. But they're out here still talking about Warzone, man. Talking about how, oh, well, if you own Modern Warfare Deuce, like I said in a couple videos ago, how they're trying to inflate their sales numbers because they're bleeding players so fast with this game because it's got no goddamn content. Oh, for Modern Warfare Deuce owners, you get this in Warzone, and you get all of this extra shit in DMZ, and you get this, and you get that. Before I get into why I'm pissed off about the information we got today in this Season 2 roadmap, I want to read you guys a quote here from Joanna, the general manager of Call of Duty, 1 week before Modern Warfare Deuce launched. She goes on to say, the incredible momentum driving Modern Warfare Deuce is a direct reflection of the energy and passion of the Call of Duty community. As we look ahead to an unprecedented level of support for Modern Warfare Deuce and Warzone 2's launch next week, we are motivated to deliver again for the best player community in the world. An unprecedented level of support, she says. I mean, I might have to go grab a dictionary. I might have to go back to school because clearly I don't know what that means if this is what she's talking about, an unprecedented level of support for this game. And she separated the two, though, an unprecedented level of support for Modern Warfare Deuce as well as Warzone 2. I got to go back to school or something, man, because clearly I don't know what this shit means. You look at Season 1, okay, so you look at what we got with the base game, right? They removed a map. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. They removed a map that we had in the beta, and I think it might have been there for the first day of launch of the game. I might be wrong on that. You guys know my memory sucks. But anyways, we had it there very briefly, the museum map, and then it was just gone, right? So we have this very little content with the base game, and then we get Season 1. What do we get with Season 1, right? We got Shipment, a map that we've had since Call of Duty 4, and it's been in a bunch of Call of Duties ever since. And we got Shoot House, a map that we had in Modern Warfare 2019. They just changed the aesthetic a little bit, right? So we got two maps that they didn't have to do anything with, really just dress it up. They didn't have to get creative and actually think of a layout of the map and then start from the ground up and go from there. They already had the foundation. All they had to do was just dress it up a little bit. Same with Shipment. All they did was just add some rain, turn the lights off. You're on a boat now, and here you go. Here's Shipment, man. Literally barely any effort. And now that brings me to Season 2, this delayed Season 2, and this whack roadmap that we got today, and we all know why it was delayed. Now, it was delayed for Warzone and DMZ, man. They wanted to pack that shit as much as they can because obviously those are the game modes that they only care about. That's it. They don't give a shit about multiplayer. I gotta calm down a little bit because I think I hear baby boy just playing over there with his toys, and I don't want him to hear me get real animated like that, man. So we gotta chill a little bit. Not just for YouTube. We know the way YouTube is now with their new rules and guidelines and all that other shit, and they're just dropping that hammer on everybody. You know, baby boy might be over there, man. So just for that reason, we're gonna keep this one chill a little bit, man. Even though dude, I feel like the blood is boiling right now, man. I'm heated. I'm not happy. So with multiplayer in Season 2, there's really not much to talk about, man. We got some guns coming, right? We got more game modes than maps. I'm hearing some people talking about ranked. I mean, who gives a fuck about ranked, bro? Just go play pubs. What you mean ranked? Who is actually excited for ranked? Are you kidding me? Ranked is already in pubs, man. Skill-based matchmaking. It's here, and it's here to stay as long as Activision is running the ship. Just go play pubs if you want to play ranked, man. I don't understand why people are out here asking for ranked. It's a whack game mode. You don't need it. We already have it. I find it kind of funny that I'm not seeing hardcore on this roadmap. You know, the game mode that they completely butchered for this game, and then now they're fixing it for Season 2, and they want credit for doing that like they're listening to the community. They hear all of our complaints and all that. I'm not seeing it here on this roadmap, but let's get into the meat. Let's get into the juice of Season 2, the maps, right? I'm sure most of us can agree that the thing that this game is lacking the most for multiplayer is maps. You look at these original maps that we got in this game, a lot of them are not great, man. A lot of them are complete ass. Don't get me started on Border Crossing. Don't get me started on Terrace and shit. These maps suck, bro. And then the few good or decent maps that we got, they're remakes, dude. They're remasters. And now we're looking at these maps that we're getting with Season 2, and we're getting Valdera's fucking Museum, a map that should be in the game right now. You should have been playing on this map this entire fucking time. They go and they remove it from the game. They take it out of the beta or whenever it was that they removed it from the goddamn game. And now here you go. There's your quote unquote, your new content for Season 2, a delayed Season 2. Here's one of your new maps. So with the base game, we're lacking maps. With Season 1, we get 2 remasters. One map that we had in Modern Warfare 2019. The other map we had when I started in Call of Duty and back in COD 4. And now for Season 2, we're getting a map that we had in the beta that they plucked out and they decided to add it back a couple of months later. So with this season, right, you'd think that, all right, so seasons last like 2.5, 3 months long. We got to be getting a bunch of maps, right? A couple of new ones in there. I mean, this shit's got to last for a few months. We're already starving for content. They're bringing back a map that we had in the beta that they took out that should have been here this whole time. And what are we getting? We're getting fucking Dome. Now, at first it threw me out. I completely forgot that they actually remade Dome for Vanguard and called it Radar. And I actually uploaded that map a few times on the channel, but I just completely dude, I don't think about Vanguard, man. You guys know I stopped playing it a while before that game was done of its life cycle. I completely forgot that we had Modern Warfare 3 Dome in Vanguard. So I was thinking of Dome that's in Vanguard, right? So the Dome that's in Vanguard that's called Dome is Dome from World at War. They remade that map for Vanguard. But then they remade the MWII version of Dome, which is a completely different version of Dome, just has the same name. They remade that for Vanguard and called it Radar. If you guys remember correctly, Ghost remade or remastered Dome in their game for one of their DLCs, and I'm pretty sure that map was called Unearth, and the only reason why I can even remember that map was because it had the extinction weapon in there, the Venom X or whatever it was called. That's the only reason why I remember that map was in that game. But yeah, it was in like the second DLC or something like that, or maybe it was the first one, and I'm pretty sure it was called Unearth. So it's a map that we've seen in a couple of different Call of Duties already. It's a good map, and isn't it already over there in Warzone? So those are our 2 maps for the next few months. Those are our 2 maps, man. One map that we should have been playing on this whole time, and a map that we had back in Modern Warfare 3 and then in Call of Duty Ghosts, and now it's also in Warzone 2. And they're out here showing screenshots of these new points of interest and location in this new Resurgence map, and they're actually showing a screenshot of Afghan from MW2, asking people on the socials if they recognize that map. Like, why is it over there in Warzone? Why is it over there? Why are all these maps in Warzone and in Resurgence, and they can't just port them over to multiplayer real quick? Like, they could have easily given us, isn't Quarry over there already in Warzone 2? We got all these maps over there in Warzone 2 and DMZ and shit. All they got to do is just literally just port them over, man. Chop them out. There you go. You got a multiplayer map. And all we're getting for season 2 is 2 fucking maps. A map that we had in the beta that they cut, and a map that we had in Modern Warfare 3, which they brought back to Ghost. And we also have it in Warzone 2 as well. And now with this delayed season 2, we'll get a chance to play it in multiplayer. This is unfucking acceptable. I don't know how anybody can defend this type of shit. We're talking about a full price game. We're talking about a full price game and then some that has seasonal battle passes and a ton of expensive as hell, cringy as fuck bundles in their store, constantly pushing that shit out. I don't know how anybody defends this type of shit. But this video is getting kind of long, and honestly, I've had a bit of a day. I'm feeling a little bit tired. Mr. Man is over there chilling. He's waiting for me to finish up, so I'm going to cut this video here, and we're probably going to make another video maybe tomorrow or the next day and possibly talk about this a little bit more. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.